Okay, gonna play a Sicilian, gonna play a classical, or not. He's got something I call the delayed Bowdler. It's the Bowdler when they bring this bishop out right away. The Bowdler attack, it's called. So what's the point of this move? Gives up the gives up this square. Okay, I think fianchettoing the bishop, trying to develop along the dark squares here is good. Then I'm going to castle. Well, I guess moving the h-pawn, a-pawn here is an idea just so that this bishop has retreat when the knight goes here. But I'm not sure about pushing it all the way to a4. Oh, he's defending the bishop there, so if I want to kick the bishop back, I have to play d5, and I can't play b5 to kick it. Do I want to play d5, speaking of which? I push, he pushes, I take, he takes, I take back. Seems okay. I push, he retreats, I take, or he takes first and then retreats. Yeah, I've got this well enough defended. Let's do it. Block that bishop out. 4 now, so let's get the rook here. Let's put some pressure on his knight. Yeah, he's trading off my dark squared bishop, which is okay with me. Maybe he was stopping to check to see if I could take the knight first. Well, he'd been moving very fast, so it's about time for him to stop. Okay, he's going there with the queen. But my bishop is defended. Could just take it and then bring the knight here, hitting this pawn. See how he defends the pawn. It forks the queen and the pawn here. So the queen probably moves to a square where it defends the pawn, maybe all the way back to d1. Goes there. That defends the pawn too. Let's bring the queen up. See if we can get something going over here. He's blocked his bishop in. So I could push the push the d pawn now. And I've got a nice I've got a nice situation where his bishop is completely blocked in. And he's got to defend this pawn again. Now, is there some tricky way? Knight here, rook here would be interesting, right? Well, let's double here. Oh, I can just take this. Wake up. Yeah, I can just take this. Because if he takes back, it's mate. Yeah, always got to be aware of those tactics. Yeah, I was just thinking about doubling there, so see what I could get on the back rank. Yeah, so we will try and go to a better square here. There's a nice little fork here. It's also a pawn to go with check. He still hasn't developed his knight, so he started maneuvering with his queen before he had finished his queenside development. His bishop is blocked in. This is one of those positions where the material could be even, but black is probably much better. So yeah, the king goes back. And this threatens mate. It'll force him to develop his knight. He has to develop the knight so that his rooks will defend the back rank. Yeah, and then I can put my knight here. I don't know. Trying to attack this pawn, I guess. Try to gain some material. Am I up material? I'm actually up a pawn. So, and I have the passed pawn, so I guess I could relax if we just end up going into an end game. Wouldn't be the worst thing to happen. And he finally has a square for his bishop where it would do something. But he has to move his rook first. He can move it here, right? If I move my knight with check, he will just trade it off. Or if I try to fork. So is there something else I could do here? Another knight move. No, I think I should just do this. Just build up a strong cadre of pawns in the center. Yep, going back with the knight. And just push this pawn forward. Okay, let's step up with the king. I guess I could have played this pawn up immediately because the rook was defending it, but so he goes here to attack this pawn. I can still push this forward. And it was defended by the knight anyway, so this is all good. I think it's all good. Yeah, this knight is trapped. Just have to attack it. This pawn took away its last square. Ah, now he has a way to defend it. Okay, let's do this then. We'll look for another fork. Ah, the bishop will just take if I fork there, huh? Well, I'm also hitting a pawn here. Yeah, he called my bluff. Okay, so I take. He takes. Yeah, I don't especially like that. Let's just get rid of his knight. If I can't trap it, I'll just get rid of it. It's probably his most useful piece. So, yeah, I'll go ahead and take it. And just see if I can get some pressure on these pawns. Okay, let's step up. He was hoping to take advantage of a pin there. And yeah, he doesn't want me taking advantage of a pin, so played that way. So I can kick the bishop down. See, I was thinking just push. I'm running low on time. I wanted to clear out a square for the knight. Okay, gotta watch my time. Play quickly. Don't give up this nice win that I've accomplished. Yeah. I was probably hoping to exploit a pin here, but yeah, I can unpin. Let's go ahead and take this, and let's start moving these pawns forward. Okay, let's get a queen. And then let's stop this pawn from queening. I'm sure there was better ways he could play that, but well, he had the courtesy to resign before I ran out of time. I thought that was kind of interesting. Did he have anything here? -9. Yeah, no, I'm just winning the whole way. I thought he could do this. But, oh, he can't stop it from queening. I was thinking he could bring the king down, but of course I just queen. Yeah, his king is already too far away by then. So, yeah, it's just a mate. So, yeah, he was losing. So trading the rooks off turned out to be good. I mean, these pawns in the center are really powerful. So I guess that was okay. Okay, let's get another game. Okay, time for d4. d4, c4, the Queen's Gambit. And Queen's Gambit accepted. So this is the main line. I don't know, I could have played, since he didn't develop his knight, I could have played e4 there, huh? I think this is still okay, though. Yeah, so usually the way this works is you just keep undermining these pawns over here and something turns up. You can push this pawn forward, which is effectively giving me a pawn back. You can take, and then take the knight, which is interesting. But leaves him weak along this diagonal. Okay, so I can take and take and take with check here. Where do I want the queen to go? Could go... Could just go back, or could go here. I think this looks like a good square for it on the C file. It doesn't really do anything, that move. Now my knight is defended. He's going to run out of ideas soon. Okay, so he just gives me that advanced pawn. Let's go here and then castle. And I'll try and prove that this pawn is going to be a weakness. We'll see. There we go. All out of trouble here. Pretty good position. You like white here? Usually that's what happens if black tries too hard to hold on to things. And welcome to the stream, Joe. Good to see you. I think I'm just going to block this A pawn. Keep this pawn here because it inhibits his knights from developing. Okay, let's take and take. Ah, I see. It brings his knight there, huh? Okay, he managed to defend, huh? Tricky, tricky. Okay, queen up, I guess. That's true. His bishop can't retreat. It can only go forward. It can always trade itself off for a piece, so I wouldn't say it's completely useless, but hey, Timo, good to see you. Would have just played bishop f1. Ah, save the bishop. Leave his bishop there doing nothing. That's interesting. Well, I wanted to grab this pawn. So is this one of you challenging me here? Oh yeah, the Atano Outsider. Yeah, we can play a game after this. I've been doing okay today. Okay, so I'm definitely going to just grab this. And then I'm going to take here too, it looks like. Or should I take his bishop first? No, he'll take back with the pawn. He really wants to trade off that bishop. So there's some trick here. Let's see. I'm threatening a fork here, I guess. Kind of. Yeah. Kind of threatening a fork. Let's see. So if I just kick his bishop now, where's it going? Nowhere is the answer. Okay. He just wants to take back with a knight. I'll let you do that. You can have your knight there. So I just gotta not lose my queen and I should be okay here. So where's a good square? There's not so many great squares for the queen. Maybe up here? Bring my knight up. Or maybe just bring my rook down to chase his queen away and then push the pawn. Yeah, but I like, yeah, knight here to here is interesting too, huh? Okay, so he moved his... okay, so definitely we're doing this one now. Because of the potential fork here. And his queen, yeah, does his queen have any squares? It can go straight back. I push, he takes, I take, yeah. Queen's defended, so the pawn's not pinned. I think he's lost. Well, he can go to b3. Go to b3 with the queen, yeah. But then I still have the fork. No, I don't have the fork afterwards if he takes with the rook. Yeah, I don't have a fork. Ah, so he just attacks the rook. Isn't this losing a piece? Is there a problem on the back rank? Not right away. Just ran out of time. Yeah, that was just a mistake, I guess. He thought I would take his queen and then he would take this rook and mate me. But I didn't. I took his rook instead. I don't know why I played bishop takes g7. It was a blunder. I didn't see a defense to it. No, just one game. That's all I can take. You don't get to play black, no. Let's see. So against the English, he played an immediate fianchetto here. So it could turn into a symmetrical English, or it could be some kind of King's Indian setup. We'll see what he does. Now I only do one game. That's the rule I've always followed. I have to wait for another stream to get to the next game. One game per viewer, per stream. Yeah, so he did a kind of King's Indian, it looks like. Yeah, it is a King's Indian. You can play with this or with this in the King's Indian, but he was bringing this knight out first. Yeah, we will defend our pawns here. So this looks like one of those times where I might get in the quick F4 here, kick this back. I guess I need to make sure he doesn't have a good landing spot here first. So maybe H3 and then F4. Get an extra tempo on my kingside attack here. Yep, there we go. Back you go, Mr. Knight. And then if he puts the queen behind the bishop, I have a king up to this square to defend. How did I know he was going to do that? So the only thing that was out of order here was normally the bishop is already on this square. Keep his knight from hopping in here. But I think I could still, yeah, my knight is covering that square too. Let's go ahead and do this. And then this is fine. So how do I want to proceed with the attack? Do I want to go with F5 or E5? Ah, he's helping me decide. Just the knight up. Exposes this pawn, I guess. Yeah, I think I'm going to get ready to push the b pawn and kick this knight. Also, get ready to take back here with a knight if I want to. But the idea is that if I kick this knight away, then I can put a bishop here opposing his bishop. Yep, there we go. So I was expecting him to play a6 instead of b6. Maybe he's concerned about losing this pawn over here. But anyway, yeah, and then I just pose him on the dark squares here. And let's see. Well, I don't know. Should I take en passant first and then take his... Well, that gives him the c6 square, whereas if I just leave it like this, then I've got the c6 square. And so, yeah, the knight can come around to d5. His knight could go here, but I could trade it off. I think I should, yeah, bring my rooks over to the king side here. Knight on g5. Queen up and rook over. And I'd be looking at this square here. Okay, so he got to that square. That's a good place. Yeah, he's going to look at this square next. Okay, this is a threat. I'm going to take this pawn if he lets me. So he defends it. Yeah, so now knight here, he takes... Yeah, I think, yeah, lifting up the queen and bringing a rook over is the way to do this. And then I can play to make sure this knight squares are all covered. I can play knight to g5 here. Land a piece on e6. A knight there would fork, but of course it'll just be traded off. But then I guess this knight is going to cause me trouble, huh? You're going to cause me trouble, sir. Okay, how's the best way to maneuver this guy around? It could go here to here, and we'd be looking at this square and this square. That has some appeal. So if this knight moves and this pawn is hanging, he could push this pawn maybe. Okay, so he's going there with the idea of taking my knight, huh? But yeah, he left this undefended. Okay. I don't have a dark squared bishop, so I guess I'll just go back. Okay, so I want to get rid of this knight so I can put my knight on... I want to put my knight on g5. Looks like he'll probably take it, huh? I could grab a pawn first. Yeah, so if I take with the knight, then this is defended. Do I want to do that? Take with the rook and let him have that? Do I have any great tactic? I think I'll just hold on to the pawn, huh? So push and he takes it. So yeah, that knight is just too securely in the way. Okay, well, if the queen takes, maybe I can get some discovered attack thingy going here. I mean, he put his rook in a logical place, but but I don't think he has any entry points here. And yeah, my idea here was the check. Okay, so I put the rook here. I think the queen has to take unless I blundered something. Yeah, so queen against rook and bishop. Step back here. I guess I need to... He hasn't got a check immediately. He ran out of time. Let's ask... yeah, those promotions. Yeah, I don't know what to do about that, but they do come around every now and then. Let's ask the computer. Yeah, I'm winning. No, black is winning. I blundered. I blundered with the last move. Let's go back a move. Okay, so I am winning here. And then I played this move, and he has the check. Oh my. Yeah, well, I get flustered when we're low on time and stuff. But no, it's a problem I've been having lately is not noticing my opponent's moves. Yeah, so I should win, but I have to take a little more care with my moves.